Alright. Everything should be up. Working. Alright. This is kind of weird. Doing a balloons video. Here's not doing. And really just doing. Did that just cut me off? Whatever. Basically, I have something really fun to show, and that is in Legends. Basically, I've been grinding for a hot minute on this game, and it's been really fun. I thought I would show it off because I'm really kind of impressed with myself. So currently, basically the big thing I did to change this is basically everything else is gone. But I have the starting artifact power up to like 100, which is crazy, and that's really, really useful. And it allowed me to start off with a bunch of artifacts. And now I am at stage 20, which is completely insane. Yeah. I'm at chimps. I even have some curses on here. I don't even have a hero. I'm just using the normal towers. That's how crazy this is. It's kind of awesome. And, veteran only, speedy balloons and stuff. The boss and minigame goals are higher. There's my party. Gwen, she gave me the projectiles bouncing off the walls. Pretty useful, just in general, especially for a military-only strategy. So these are my current guys right here. My main one is the Dartling Gunner, along with this for support. I actually did use the Heli Pilot a lot initially, but then I changed to this guy. And same with the Monkey. I used Monkey a lot, but then it got really laggy, which is actually really funny. Basically my artifacts are here. These are the 3 that were important, and I'm pretty sure that these... Yeah, basically I had this one to start off with Gwen. Gwen also gave, like, I think it gave the Dartling Gun and, like, the Monkey Ace or something like that. Inscription Legendary. Basically, counting as all categories means that, like, something like this is super cool. And then Abundant Choices Legendary. These were the 2 that I got initially. Just super useful. I've been also getting some other ones that are just, of course, useful, like adding more money. Having the tier 3. This is probably one of the best ones here. Is allowing tier 3s to damage. This just lets them attack. All the attack speed buffs are great. This one is definitely great for just one single a tower to attack. Phase can be useful for 4th tiers. This is useful. It does make my towers a little more expensive, but it was still good. Lower projectiles, damage increased, faster attack. This one is probably the one that, like, is helpful, but causes a lot of lag. Is when you have stuff that's burned. Oh, no, wait, it's not the burned one. Maybe one of these. This is also useful. That one's kind of useful. I probably could get rid of that. I can hit balloons after a certain amount of time. Stun balloons. Awesome. This one is what really makes the Dartling Gun really good. And this homing projectiles. I don't even know it was a thing until this one. 10% chance to blow back the balloons. Military Monkey. Oh yeah. They have 50% more damage and 100% pierce. Right? Tier 4 monkeys, of course, deal more. Primary monkeys, even though they're not primary, the militaries, have them all basically, so they are. So it's super useful. Phase is not useful. This one's useful. This one's useful. I have the glue stuff, that's why the glue is useful. But basically this, on top of the 2, just makes the kind of. And on the explosion. I had the reroll. The reroll is really useful. I got this just so I could know if something was working properly, which is kind of fun. And then general damage buffs, of course, are used. There is one that I'm pretty sure it's Blastopolis. Or maybe it's the explosion. I don't know. But the problem is that sometimes it does lag out the game, as you'll probably see in a minute. But basically, when you play the game, it just super duper lags out for like no reason, and it's really annoying. So I'm just, unfortunately, you kind of have to deal with that. But basically, here I can show you. Hopefully it loads in and doesn't crash out or anything. Alright, this is perfect. I'm starting off, and you can see I'm wave 20. I'm around 100 plus. I've earned 50,000. This is great. I need all that XP. Because one of the upgrades that's like super useful, like getting legendary tiles, it costs 30,000. It actually probably costs more than now that I think of it. It's 10k for the first upgrade. So this is going to be even worse. Oh, I forgot that this is like. Alright, I gotta turn my accessibilities probably only to 50% because I don't want to like horribly that I got the game, and I'll probably turn it off because otherwise this video is going to. Because this is how bad. Actually, let me turn it up to a lot. And I'll just show the insanity that this is. And this is part of the insanity. All of this. It's kind of crazy. The bads are of course getting a little farther and stuff, but it's okay. We're still doing pretty good damage. Something like this is just crazy to see. And the game does lag out. But also these guys do the insane amount of damage. Like this guy has 5 million damage. This glue gunner is great. Does a great amount of just extra damage injury. And it's super useful to have like that extra bonus buffs basically to damage. That's basically what this guy does. And then the ducks are useful whenever I need to have my projectile all the way down to 0, so I know I'm still attacking, which can be useful. And on top of that, here I can show. I do 50%, but I can show briefly because I have enough money. What this guy looks like. This is the one that's like really cool. And basically his projectiles go everywhere. All of his bombs are just like crazy spammed and insane, along with the Discord and stuff. It makes it look really weird. But it still does like good damage when I want it to, but it can't pop DDTs. So that's not useful when it can't pop DDTs. Heli Pilot's pretty cool. This guy does just good damage too and can follow all the balloons. That's why I use it for so long. The subs in Buccaneers are kind of useful in their own circumstance. The bomb is actually quite useful because I have certain upgrades, like they giving it ammo and giving it one of like the support, or I think I have primary. Yeah, I have the primary precision, and this one I have it attack faster anyway. So this guy does great damage, and you can actually see it's his bombs over here. And this is one thing we always get. I go for the damage buffs. Basically, this 4th tier bomb can now stall balloons almost infinitely if they are below a bad, practically. It's kind of awesome. Now, of course, they're like, I'm actually doing damage. I got the damage buff. But it's quite insane. I love it. I just genuinely... There we go. We can see now how this all works once this gets popped. Yeah, and they just infinite stall. But it does lag out the game a lot because of the extra projectiles. Hence why I turn these all off. And the game gets a lot less laggy. But you can still just keep playing. And it's crazy. Like, look at this. How many ducks are here? Which, honestly, I've never seen that many ducks before. I don't... Actually, a lot of ducks. Like, just from past. Never getting lucky with a rare chance. Usually, it only spawns like 1, 2, 3, something like that. Or 4, maybe 5. At it, like, and then the entire map. Apparently, it's decided it's gonna spawn everything. And then, of course, I can place more of these guys to help with the damage. Actually, selling this guy would probably be useful. And, like, this is just crazy. I can also get the Rocket Storm, but this horribly lags out the game. I have never seen more lag with the Rocket Storm. I get, back when I reached a certain point, basically, where the boss balloons don't work. But back when I was able to do the boss balloons, I would get a MAD. Problem is that the MAD was basically just, like, super high lag. Is it the 4th tier? And the 4th tiers have, like, a bunch of extra projectiles, as you saw with the... I honestly don't want to get this... I don't know. Basically, the extra projectiles lag out the game a whole bunch. I don't know if that's something I did wrong. Because, like, yes, this bomb projectile I got specifically that has, like, fireworks, that's just cool. But, like, these guys, they just lag out the game. Like, here, I can show you. Look at this. Insane lag spike. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure it's a mixture of, like, it goes back to... there's so many extra stuff on top of the projectiles because it's like, oh, you get buffed like a bunch of times for 4th tier. Expensive. Not expensive. It makes it. How do you describe it? Basically, just makes it excessive and then just blows up the game. I have basically done this on my phone for a little bit, and like it basically crashes every time I do it, which is kind of funny. And the ducks are phasing through the map. 21. Yeah, this is just kind of a easy way for me to show how crazy this is, because of how much damage. Like this guy has 45 million. I had like one guy over here only for a minute, and he's doing what, around 3 million damage in just a little bit. Even the glue gunner has dealt 4 million damage. All it is a relentless glue with like that super damage buff or something. Which I mean, super damage buff is, but it's kind of crazy. Like, all of these are just so useful that I can just sit here and do this. And sometimes you do have to pay attention, because I've gotten on like somewhere the expert maps are kind of crazy. I think the one I can't do is there's that one advanced, either advanced or expert map where it literally has the map divided into two. I can't do that. There is no possible way, because I have to have the start lane. The start lane is literally what does all the damage. Nothing else does enough. But even then, like, some of the experts aren't necessarily that bad, as long as I can get this start lane one. And I can get some sort of support. That's why I have these guys here, because sometimes they can actually do pretty good. Because even just getting, like, that's why I like this glue gunner. Basically, I get the damage buffs on him. Well, guess what? If I can't get the glue gunner, sub, and the sub, the reactor, still works. Great. Still get the blue time reactor, get all of the buffs on, which is great. So, yeah. Basically, that is literally all it show. Basically show how it, because it's basically just me sitting there for like, what, 10 minutes, and basically I have to watch it. It's there. I have to be careful. I've had to, just useful for the heart. I have the heart thingy, but like, as long as I watch that, I'm basically good. And I personally, this is a great strategy to go for if you would like, because then you really roam around Rogue Legends Wave 20 in the course of maybe I think it's been 2 weeks since I've been doing that. So it's just kind of awesome.